bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing.
Hey y'all, welcome to tonight's What's for Dinner. I am going to be making meatloaf balls. I have made these before, but it's been a little bit ago, so I'm going to make them again, but I'm only going to make half the recipe. Normally it would have 2 pounds of ground beef, but today I'm splitting it because I don't need quite as much, so I'm going to use 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm going to split everything else in half. It calls for 1.5 cups of quick oats, but I'm going to use 3/4. It calls for a tablespoon of mustard. I've got a half tablespoon. It calls for a cup of onions. I don't know, I cut about a little over half of a smaller onion. I think that'll be just enough. I just diced it up. It says 3 eggs, so I'm just going to use 2. I really can't split 1 egg in half, and I think that'll be just fine. It also calls for around 1/4 to 1/2 cup of milk, which I usually only do about 1/4, so I'm just going to do, it's a little less than 1/4 cup of milk. It also calls for 1/2 cup of ketchup, but I'm going to do 1/4. And then salt and pepper. And so now we're just going to mix it all up, and I prefer to use my hands. Now I have a casserole pan. The next step, what I do is I always put a piece of foil in here so it's easier to clean up at the end, and then you take your meat and you're going to make like little meatballs. And the actual recipe calls this barbecue meatballs, but to us and to me, it tastes like meatloaf, just in the form of a ball. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in the oven, and we're gonna bake them for about 45 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show y'all how to make the sauce that goes on top, and I'm halving it also. It calls for 1/2 cup. I'm almost out of ketchup, y'all. Okay, I split it. Normally it would be 1/2 cup, but I'm doing 1/4 cup. And then it asks for 1/2 cup of brown sugar, but like I said, we're splitting it, so I'm only going to do 1/4 cup. 1.5 teaspoons of mustard. So what I'm going to do, that would be 3/4, which I don't have, so we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon and 1/4 teaspoon, pretty close, or maybe I'll just go a little over this half. That'd probably be easier. Just mix this up real good. There we go. Y'all, I'm gonna get out the meatloaf balls, and we're gonna put the sauce on top. They're pretty much done. Yeah, there is a little bit, I could strain that grease out of there, but half the time I end up pouring them out, so I think it'll be fine. So what I do is I just get a little brush, and I just brush it on the tops and sides of them. I'm going to put this back into the oven for about 15 more minutes, and then I will come back and show you all the finished stuff.
Okay guys, so the mashed potatoes are done, corn, everything is done. Got ketchup because I like putting those on there. And my dad and my brother are not home right now, so it's just me and my mama. So mama, we will get our plates and let you know how they are. Okay guys, so I got mine cut into little things with ketchup on the top. Some ketchup got right there. with some mashed potatoes because I don't want any corn right now. That's my mom's plate. She got 2, I got 1. So me, let's see how it is. Okay.
That's so good.
Really good, guys. I say it for good poo. Have your
So good, y'all.
try it. It's really good. So, see you later.
Hey y'all, tonight I'm making a Mexican casserole. I seen this recipe on Mandy in the Makings channel, and I am going to be making a package of this yellow rice. I have 2.5 cups of water boiling per the instructions on the package, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Is that the first we said to do? Or that's what it said to do on the package. And then I'm going to add in the rice. Stir that up. This down so it can simmer. Let it simmer cover it and let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and I'll check it. In the meantime, I'm fixing to heat up this brown the hamburger meat. But first I'm going to chop up an onion, so I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I have my pound of hamburger meat and I have just a little bit of onion. And I'm going to put salt and pepper in here and just brown this. Okay, y'all, I have my meat browned. Now I'm going to add taco seasoning, and I always use this Fiesta brand taco seasoning, and I will put 1 tablespoon with 1/2 cup of water. So now I'm just going to let this kind of simmer for a little bit. Our rice is still cooking, and I'm going to let this kind of simmer for a little bit before I do the next step. I'll be right back. I'm also going to heat up, I have a can of Campbell's cheddar cheese soup, and I'm going to put it into a can here. So I'm going to put some milk in here. I'm probably going to do about 1/2 can of milk. And it says sorry about all the noise. And I'm going to just kind of whisk it into so I'm just going to let that warm up over there. Y'all, I don't know. I just feel like adding a little pecani sauce in here. Give it, I don't know, a little bit more flavor too. Okay, y'all. Now we are going to assemble the Mexican casserole. So I've got some cooking spray. I'm just going to spray this pan. And the first layer will be the hamburger meat. Sorry about the noise again. So I'll put the hamburger meat first. And spread it out on the bottom. We are going to take the rice that I have cooked now, and we're going to pour it on top. And then I have the cheddar cheese soup that I'm going to start pouring over. According to the directions, she said she doesn't normally use the whole entire can, so I'll still have more because I use any more to overflow. And then I have shredded up some Mexican cheese that my husband, we got when we were in Mexico, so I shredded it up. And we're going to cover this with some cheese. Okay. Now I'm going to put this into the oven, which I have preheated to 375, and we're going to let this bake for about 30 minutes. Y'all, look at that. It looks so good. I'm gonna let it set for a couple of minutes before we set the table, or before we sit down to eat it, and then we'll come back and let you know what we think. Okay, y'all. What do you think of it? It would be really good, like with lettuce and tomatoes and chips, but I didn't have any, so we're just eating it. What do you think, Adrian? Is it good?
Are you okay?
Is it good to you, honey?
Delicious.
Thank you. It is very good, y'all, and it was very easy to make.
Check my list twice. Most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing.